Hey, Andy. Nice to see you. See what's going on?
You've not been here yet, have you?
No, I've not been. That's a fantastic tree, isn't it?
Well, Peter is a great friend of mine, and we've worked together for a long time. And when he said he was retiring, I was here staying with them, and I kind of just started looking at things I might make for Peter. So what you're seeing now is not what I saw in summer, when it has this incredibly straight line of leaves or growth underneath it.
Yeah.
And that's what the wall is being made to. These trees, particularly in this area, they sort of float like hovercrafts on the landscape. Where the cows have cut them, you feel an incredible sense of space. Anyway, I could just see a fold there. I just saw the enclosing the space underneath the tree. So to turn that into a very intimate, introverted space where you step inside, it will change completely the perception of this tree, and it will turn it into a very human space, an enclosed space that people can be in.
Right.
That'll be the top stone. We're up to finishing height there.
And it's the same height all the way around, is it?
Well, it is the same height, and it'll sweeten out any
Right.
dips, so it should kind of hover there.
So I've known Andy almost since the beginning of the YSP, actually, and we've worked together so many times, and over the years we've become really good friends.
Watch out for them. That's where the hinges are for the metal gate. We're going to put a metal gate on.
We had the International Sculpture Symposium at YSP, and Andy came as a very young artist and did some work on site. And then he had a fellowship here. We worked on various projects over a period of time, and then we organised the major survey of his work, the biggest exhibition of his work, to celebrate our 30 years. And that really cemented our relationship.
This is what I made when I made the proposal. That's my proposal drawing, and that is the tree standing right here. It's, engaging with a very different space and tree at the moment to what it'll be when it's like in summer. And that will be fabulous for the work, because it'll be a very different experience throughout the seasons, and especially with that very dense ball of branches in the middle. That's almost like a black hole, when you're looking into the sky. It's got a certain amount of sense of all sorts of things going on, which you won't get in summer. It'll become a very dark and intimate space, so I'm really looking forward to that. The stone has come from a small quarry over in Hebden Bridgeway, father and son operation, and it looks pretty much exactly as I wanted. It's straight from the quarry out of the ground. It hasn't been processed, hasn't been cut, and it has a rawness, a ruggedness about it, which will be in some contrast to the other two folds that I have in the Yorkshire Sculpture Park that came from a different place. This one wants to be rooted in our agriculture, so that it's in a field that has cows and sheep, and the cows particularly are pretty tough on walls, so they rub against them, so it has to be kind of beefy and strong and well built and a little more rugged.
Well, a dry stone wall, you get a profile. It's 30 inches in the bottom, 14 at the top. So you've got to get the bigger stones in the base, because as you come up it narrows in. But some of the big flat ones you use as throughs, so every couple of foot or wherever you put a through the wall so it locks each side together. Very solid. You have to pack the middle, make a good job of the edge stones so they nearly meet in the middle. Any voids in the middle you just fill up with small stuff, and then you go again with another layer.
So I have this kind of really complicated relationship with walls. This is an agricultural landscape that has that history I want to tap into. However, walls are also structures that prevent people from going into places. So I have the other fold here that's called Outclosure, that is, you can't go in. It's got no door, no entrance, it's too totally. It's one of the most frustrating works for some people, and people are excluded from that. This one we were invited in, but it's a reminder of that other side of walls, of the exclusions that they often impose upon people.
Very big day. We're just putting the coping stones on, final row of stone on the piece. And they're the top stones that stand vertical and cover both sides of the wall, and yeah, that's the finished product.
It's great, and it's nice, just it's all sort of coming together, you know, getting the gate on today and the fact that the site's getting cleared. You can really see how it's going to sit here with, you know, it'd be nice when this fence is down as well, so it's all just starting to come together, and we've got the weather as well, so exactly. It makes a big difference.
And as the buds come out in the trees, it's going to, once it's got a canopy of leaves, it'll be a completely different sculpture again.
Yeah.
So what you're seeing now is not... I think for when you're making a work for someone, it's like just making this vessel for all these memories and thoughts and feelings to be put into. And then when people come and occupy this space, their presence will be left in the way the tree becomes rubbed, or the roots became worn, or the place inside will become a well-worn space. And I want people to feel welcome in that space.
To have a work like this created for me by Andy with the support of the Yorkshire Sculpture Park, it's quite an overwhelming experience, and it's really taking some time to get used to it. But it's a fantastic idea, and to have something as great and as wonderful as this as part of the landscape for the public to enjoy, for future generations to enjoy, it couldn't be a better present.